I momentarily forgot how this worked. Just momentarily. Hi, it's me, Scott. Um, the busy week, lots of meetings, lots of big, important. I don't know what I was gonna say. Business, important business taking place. We had some streams last night, and now we're gonna play Satisfactory. I did play a little bit yesterday, working on factories because that's what we do here. And let's just get let's just get back in. I can't exactly remember what what I was doing. However, I seem to recall that when I saved it, I named the save such that it would hopefully remind me. But we'll see if that's actually true. I forgot to put away the white filament. Oh no, it's probably absorbing moisture as we speak. I did finish the print from earlier though. It's very exciting. Is Kyle here? Kyle's not here. Kyle needs to see this. This is the new bit holder. Slightly refined design from what we were working on stream, but adequate. I'm not going to call it good, but I'll call it adequate. So, we handled some real life logistics, and now we can handle these virtual logistics. And obviously, the first thing to do is to check the calendar. I can't believe it's December 9 already. This month has really whizzed by. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is astounding. I can't believe we actually got something good from the advent calendar. That was a valuable. I'm speechless. I can't believe that there was actually something worthwhile in the advent calendar. I'm a bit shocked, honestly. I don't know why I said honestly. That's not a normal thing for me to say. Maybe it's because I'm trying not to say which I keep saying all the time. Let's clean up the pockets a little bit. I have an embarrassment of minors. So, okay, yes, at the end of the day, last we spoke, we were going to build a new blender. But the heavy modular frame situation was really dire. So that's what I did last night. Okay, last night, did I stream that? I can't even remember now. I don't think so, because I was doing other streams. Anyway, obviously, dire situation with the heavy modular frames. We're actually using them now, and so it was critical that I expand the modular frame factories, which are these, yet we still somehow are short on plate. How could that possibly be true? How could we possibly be short on plate? I made so many. Look at all those assemblers. I think the issue is I'm actually using this more places than I mean to be using it. But no, that's okay. So we are using it for smart plating, but the smart plating looks like we have plenty of, hopefully. We're out of something here that is a concern, and it's not rubber this time. It's motors. Out of motors. I don't know what to say. I can't believe we're out of motors. How could that possibly be true? Well, the answer is we only have one motor assembler, and it is short on stators. And the stators come from parts unknown. Okay, that's a concern. So we need 10 stators a minute. Everything's falling apart. I kind of want to just rebuild every factory. Is that an option? So we're building stators down here. It kind of looks like we're building a lot, but it seems to not be the case. Okay, but I am going to try to not get too distracted by that right now because, well, a few reasons. So one, it's better to have slow production than no production, is what I always say. It's the first time I've said that. And We have somehow no production here. I don't really understand. I don't understand. What are you wanting? 2 turbo motors, and we're producing not quite 2. And we're putting a whole bunch in here, which is maybe unwise. Let me take some of these with me. I just wanted to have some on hand, but we're not really building enough to like have a big cache of them. So let's do this, and which is probably a bad thing to do because then I'll just forget about it later. We could try to... We seem to not be in bad shape on this stuff, right? Like, it actually looks like we have plenty of these things at a glance, except it did seem like we were low on motors somehow, even though we have so many up here. Who was low on motors? I don't know the answer. Okay, well, I mean, this is just a joke. We have to make 4,000 of these, and we've made 342. So we're gonna have to completely reconsider this. But it exists, and because it exists, I'm gonna ignore it for the moment and focus on things that don't exist, where we're producing 0, because that's I'm gonna say that's a bigger concern at the moment. So let's go pick some giant sky presents. I got my NAS that I ordered. I also got my hard drive, so maybe this weekend do a stream to unbox those. Is that what we're gonna do? Possibly? Wait, why did I do this? I've made a terrible mistake. We need to be making heavy frame. Maybe I have what it takes. Sometimes everything you need is right in your pocket. Is there a crafting bench in the neighborhood? It would appear there isn't. All this stuff seems okay down here. I feel like we're doing okay. Fracking operation looks great. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I forgot. We can't build the blender without heavy modular frames, obviously. So it's possible that I have what it takes in my pockets, but heavy modular frames, they're no joke. And of course, I will be too short. Story of my life. And we're going to be short on normal modular frames, which seem to be a real scarce commodity. No, we're out of screws. The worst. The worst. My least favorite resource in the game. I have new screws coming in the mail, so in real life. So this situation doesn't happen to me in the real world. I accidentally have a bunch of metal in my pockets, it seems. What's the problem? Oh no! Oh no! Well, we can't do anything about that. I don't have any steel with me, right? So we're gonna end up being 1 short because we don't have any pipe. Okay, speaking of that, I think we should make a couple of refineries to be safe, or at least plan for a couple of refineries to be safe. And probably We'll call that good. And then we'll get up to the mountain, and I'll realize I'm out of something and get cranky. Yeah. I don't even know where some of these other factories are going to happen. Like, we're working on this generator factory. That one, we're building that. Maybe we didn't even start on the AI directory yet. I don't even know anymore. And the whatever that other one is, nuclear spaghetti, whatever. Not even a glimmer in my eye at this point. So I'm just trying to make batteries because we're still trying to figure out that whatever it was. Modular generator, modular. No. Magnetic field generator. We're still working on this. We're close. It's just that battery production doesn't feel quite right. But once we get battery production, I think we've got all this other stuff. I think we're not too far off of that one. If we can get batteries doing battery stuff, then it's possible we're going to be okay. Why did I come back here? I came back here for a single heavy frame. Still low on the modular frames. I don't know what else, I don't know where else those are going. I don't know what else modular frames are being used for. I kind of want to say nothing. So what, how many do we need? It could just truly be we're not making enough. We need 20 per minute. So it could just be that we don't have what it takes. We only have 5 factories. If this is indeed the modular frame factory. It's 5 factories that make 2 per minute. So we're only making 10 per minute. So kind of checks out. But we're not doing well. And it's not like we have a surplus. Even after all of this, we still don't really have the iron. Well, that's a sad story, but we've got other fish to fry at the moment, right? So let's take a lot of this just in case. Let's take a few screws. Okay, the one more heavy modular frame. There was a time where we had so many modular frames that it was embarrassing. What is it you are? Okay, we are building these. I forgot. We are building the assembly director system. It is a joke. The rate at which we are building them is an insult. 1.5 supercomputers per minute. I think all that, actually, this is all going to come down to plastic consumption, unfortunately. Even though we just made new plastic factories, I think that we don't... we're coming up short. I think that's our supercomputer factory. The plastic. Yeah, the plastic. How is our plastic situation this bad? I don't... Once we get... I mean, we just need more plastic, right? There's kind of no... It's a pretty shot. Look at this beautiful, beautiful scene. Will I remember the time code to make that the screenshot? No. 15 minutes? 15 minutes. I mean, we could just keep building more, but that... These yellow lights are not good news. What are these yellow lights all about? Yeah, I was afraid of that. I don't really understand how that's possible. Because we have 20 factories here. Do we even have 20? We don't even have 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We only have 16 factories. And somehow 16 factories are exhausting all of our oil? I mean, it says the fill rate is 600, which is what I would expect. So how... We should be able to support up to 20 factories. We only have 16. Is it just like a flow problem? Do we just need to stick a pump? That doesn't look good. Do we need to like have oil coming in from the other side as well? I don't really know. I don't know. Complicated stuff. We're not even supposed to be messing around over here. We're supposed to be doing important blender related tasks. Did that dog just jump in the water? I mean, does this help anything? That's a whole lot of yellow. It's the crude oil. I didn't accidentally put this backwards, right? Why is this flow rate so low? I mean, in reality, like everything over here is a problem. Like everything over here is just not enough. And that means we're not getting enough crude, which means we're not getting enough here for these, which means we're not getting enough fuel for power. So now we have this problem of not enough oil. So I don't know what to do about that. Getting distracted though, because we're supposed to be making... We're trying to get the, whatever, those other things, generators? What are they? The magnetic field generator. If we can just get, that going and just have one of these things working, and then move on to the nuclear one, maybe. I just would feel so much better if we were in a place where we had something underway, you know? Look at all this yellow. Is that just because these are jammed up? We have all these stators that aren't even being used, and yet across the way, we were somehow out of stators? What are we making here? I think that's a problem with our whole system at the moment. Like, where we have these places where we're log jammed and it's not getting buffered. I mean, at least that has a buffer. But this is kind of a bummer. It only takes 1.5 supercomputers. We're just getting none? None supercomputers? Are we just never getting enough plastic at this point because of the oil/rubber situation? Okay. Well, we can't. We gotta just deal with these things one at a time. Some part of me wants to just blow everything away and build optimized factories for these new products. It's probably, I partially feel like that's what we should have done. Once we hit all of our tiers, just destroy everything. What are we short on here? No modular frames. Yeesh. Okay, I'm leaving this place. This is depressing. Okie dokie. Well, that was a lot of effort. Wait, oh no, we did need more motors, and we did find them backed up somewhere. And I didn't pick up any when I had the chance. Let's just make some. Okay, let's get up here and see how bad the situation is. Still can't believe we got 20 little energy pods out of the advent calendar. A shock. It's just been junk so far. It's very exciting to just ride through these tunnels. It's not. I wish it was faster. So now I have to go look at tools on the internet because this is too slow. This wood burning kit. Lots of ODB2 readers lately. Okay, what is up? We want to try. Oh, here's our goal. I'm hoping these are yellow because we have exceeded production. I really hope that is the case. Like, I hope both of these tanks runneth over. Nope. Nope. Yes? Okay, so why would this be empty? This is producing 120 alumina. And this is consuming... So if the alumina is short... So what's your problem? Too much water? Not enough water? Not enough bauxite. 120 per minute. What are you doing, buddy? We're outputting 240 a minute. So what's the holdup? 120 bauxite a minute, we're outputting 240. So how is it even possible that this is a problem? What's your problem? Too much sulfuric acid, right? The not enough alumina is confusing. How can we be... I mean, is it literally just that our conveyor belts are too slow? We're only operating at 50% capacity. Is that really because of slow conveyor belts? That would be a cool story. But it makes sense. If we were only getting 60 per minute from the conveyor belts, yeah, I blame me. I blame me for that. Okay, this is looking better. We seem to be improving. Hopefully that makes this friend happy. So we are at 250 for this to get to 50 a minute. So if we can get double, even if we don't, if we get to like 80 a minute, maybe I will feel okay. It feels like we're really burning up a lot of batteries somewhere, and I don't really know where. Oh, it's right there. That's where all our batteries are. Okay. If you're curious about where all the batteries go, it's here. And I think you get 200 in a stack, so they're just gonna like continue to buffer here. So that's actually bad. That means half of all batteries are going to this. These airports should be in the opposite place. Yeah, it's actually ridiculous that they are this way because it means totally the wrong thing is happening. We're getting way too many batteries, too few batteries shipped, and too many batteries. Okay, so that's important. But before we do that, I think the first thing I want to do is just try to get a second blender up and running, just so it's doing its job while we're considering our options. Is this correct? Yes, it's not pretty, but we'll get that other stuff out of the way. Okay. Destroy the beautiful natural environment. That's a bad place for that. Okay, so what is our ambition? Our ambition is probably to do this. And what are we outputting here? Just more water? We're gonna make batteries. We're gonna output batteries and water. So step number A. Really, we could just dump this right in here and nobody would be the wiser. Let's do that. Now the water situation is a little goofy, but let's just do this classic maneuver of this. It looks very professional, and okay, this is not my best work. Let's kill this. Let's see. Oh no, come on. Just come on. Okay. You're fine. Uh-oh, I don't know what that was hooked to. Is that hooked to something important? There's a worm right there. What was that? What was that connected to? I don't know. Okay, this pipe situation is not pretty, but we're gonna call it okay. And now we're gonna do the following, where we split off of this and this and this. Again, we're not gonna win any beauty pageants for factory beauty pageants. Oh, the aluminum. Right. Yeah, this is a mess. Oh, I didn't bring any more steel. That's a bummer. Okay. So 20 per minute. Yeah, I'm thinking we just double overclock this one, get to 80. Clock this one back down. So 40 per on each. 100% efficiency. Hopefully 100% efficiency. We will not have enough alumina for this, right? We need 160 alumina, and this is only going to give us 120. So we could build another factory, or we could just do this. Go a little nuts with the... And then what do we need in terms of sulfuric acid? We need 100. We need 200. And we only have 150, so yeah, we really should just build another. I don't want to, but let's do it. I didn't bring any more concrete. Oh my gosh. Binary. How did I do this? Binary, we need to talk. Where have you been? Serious Cloudflare work going on this week. I need some DevOps advice. Even though I already made the decision, but I just want it reinforced. So, wasn't there a yellow bug over here? Am I losing my mind? I thought I saw a yellow bug. It's right there. It's being guarded, but the thing is, can that thing run on water? Can it get over here? It can. We learned that. We just learned that it can. And so, binary, the thing is, I couldn't use KV, or at least I convinced myself that I couldn't use KV, because KV is like last right wins. So, well, we were done with the porting, but I'm trying to add monetization now. And so I have it set up that you can, I don't know how up to date you are. We've gone a lot of places this week. It's the influence of Kyle. I blame Kyle. But the, wait, this has no power. How did I manage such a thing? Okay, we need to reconsider this because I've got issues. So yes, the dog version of Cloudflare is launched. I'm sorry, the dog version of Heat is launched on Cloudflare. Seems to be working. It seems okay. But there's some... I started working on monetization. So the first big decision was you don't pay for clicks. You don't pay for clicks. You don't buy individual clicks, right? Set. We kind of decided that already. So the next question was, do you pay for time? And Kyle made the case, and it was convincing, and it was largely convincing also because it seemed a little easier, was that actually the way to do it for the kinds of channels that we think people might use Heat in that would be monetized is to leave it to the whales. So let the people that are going to spend money buy Heat time for the whole channel. So when they spend bits on Heat, they're actually adding to a global clock for the channel that enables Heat. So I did that. The underpinnings are there. There was some slightly tricky parts about it, but basically somebody makes a purchase. Okay, you saw that, right? You saw that part. You make the purchase. I get it from the webhook. Oh, you think the whale clears? The whale pays to clear the time? I guess that could be configurable. So I get the purchase on the back end, and then I look to see if the channel has time, and I add time, and then the time is broadcast to everybody with the extension, and it updates their clock. And if you come partially through the stream, you get the clock time. So that infrastructure is kind of in there. and the almost the only thing missing really is the actual heat proper checking every single click against the channel to see if there's time. But the thing that I got hung up on was KV is last write wins, and it takes up to 60 seconds to propagate. So you know, if two people made a purchase, those aren't those. It's not like transactions that are resolved. It's just the last value gets written, and so it's very possible for the wrong value to get written. And the solution to that would be normally atomic increment and decrement. You know, that's kind of like sort of how your CPU does it. I mean, if you tell it to, is that you just say like, I don't care what the value is, just add to it or subtract, and then it doesn't matter if other people are touching it, more or less. So that scared me away from KV, even though it would have made life much easier. And so I actually switched to using a dog, or actually not even a dog, just a DAW. A durable object is where I'm currently storing all of the channel time data. Gets stored in one durable object that gets queried currently by the heat broker. But the idea is that heat proper, the heat worker itself, would hit that directly. I think I need to stand these by, but I don't know if I can stand them by. So anyway, it's mostly there. I think I just don't. I don't know. I am a little torn. The other thing that I'm almost going back to deciding is that the monetization part of heat should be another extension. I just don't know. Or that there are two different extensions. There's like heat and heat pro. I don't know. Because I don't want to, you know, I don't want any of that extra complexity. Now there's an overlay built in, and you're probably right. If the delay for KV had been more like 10 seconds or 5 seconds, I probably would have been okay with it. But the 1 minute scared me away, and maybe that was silly, but it gave me pause, and I chickened out. And the other thing, actually, about the increment decrement, even if I could do it, I still need a singular point. I need a moment that the value is resolved, so that I can send the event out to every viewer to tell them the current time on the clock. And I don't know how I would have done that, even if I could. Okay, so can I? Let's stand these by, because I want to swap them. It actually makes 0 sense that these are in the order that they are. I don't really know what I was thinking or why I was thinking it. Also don't really know. Oh, that's our overflow. I see. Okay, that sort of makes sense, but not the most sense. I definitely want to do this in a different way. I just got to think through it for just a minute. So this is not going to be the Sulfur airport anymore. And that means that actually the most important place for batteries to go is the cargo hold. Like the cargo, the outgoing batteries is the most important place, and then second most important place is the two drones, like their okay, so there's 200 there, 200 there, so those are all good. Uh, Yeah, it's fine. The storage can be reworked. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really convinced by this whole add time, remove time thing, but that most of the infrastructure is reusable if I change that, you know? Like I could change the exactly how, you know, it would not be that hard to make it a per user thing instead of per channel or whatever. So I'm not too worried about it. I should not have done that. That was a poor choice. That that's an example of a poor choice, what you just saw. Um, shoot. Well, it really isn't ideal. Like getting down here, not great. I do want a buffer. Okay. I'm gonna put back the thing I just deleted, I think. I don't exactly know how to do the thing that I want to do. I just shouldn't have deleted that. So anyway, the pieces are mostly there. Maybe we'll try to plug those pieces in next week. And then I don't know what. It almost feels like, I don't know who, but it feels like a thing that would be easier to do like in beta with a specific channel that was going to use it. So what do I do? To just try to DM random people? Like a you know, not a medium-ish sized channel, I think would be, that would be up for trying it. Okay, that's that. So what do we want now? I think what we need to do is this. Except I'm out of concrete. I can't believe I left with no concrete. This is just a thing that I do now, I guess, is... go across the world without critical supplies. Okay, we need to smart split up here. Come on. It's fine. It's totally fine down there. That's true. Maybe I can find out Sushi's tech. Does that streamer still actively stream? Is that still like an active going concern? So hard to tell on Twitch. People come and go. Like me. Okay, let's try this again. And this needs to come from here now. And this needs to just be as obscenely fast as we can, right? This needs to just blaze through. And then finally, this should go to, I don't know. Like this. Oh, interesting. Do you happen to know the... Do you know the channel? That could be good. Be good to know. Okay, so we need to make some important changes. Okay, that's battery supply. This is sulfur delivery. So we got to be sure we do all this right. So, sulfur delivery should go to the sulfur depot. Sulfur depot should go to sulfur delivery. Battery supply should go to the battery delivery. Battery delivery should go to battery supply. Okay, hopefully that's right. We just inadvertently got some bunch of sulfur, but it's okay. Awesome. I would appreciate that. Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. Let's just like start with somebody who has viewers. I know it's an insane concept to imagine people watching Twitch, but it does happen. Okay. So we've got our two blenders. These really should be, yeah, these are only operating 84%. And I think it's because we're short on both, we're short on everything. So we did this, and that seems okay. So our sulfur supply seems okay. Wait, didn't we just overclock this to avoid the problem? So why would we run out of, oh, we just literally can't hold enough bauxite. Oh, well, that's terrible. Like, no matter what happens, we can't. Well, that's sort of horrible. Okay, well, what do we actually want to accomplish here? We want we need 180. I'm sorry, 160. So I think we just have to make 2. And we have, I believe, adequate. Okay, I don't want to deal with this, but here we are. Here we are dealing with it. Let's do this. I hope we have what it takes. We don't. We are just... Shoot. Man. Do I care enough? Just do the thing I've been doing and steal concrete. And then try this. And try this. Let me see where this... Is it here? I think so. Okay. Okie dokie. So, what are we trying to do? We are trying to... This needs water and bauxite. it would seem. We need a splitter here. Very closely positioned splitter. We need water. Okay, so we're making, I don't remember, this, beyond. We're doing this. And the output is silica we have to deal with, or we're in trouble. I just realized I did something wrong over here. Shoot. Okay. Go fix that in a second. Okay, this is supposed to be a smart splitter, is it? Why can't I edit this? It must not be a smart splitter. Shoot! Okay. I may not have the means to make a smart splitter. I do, okay. Okay, idea with the smart splitter is forward is sulfur and right is any overflow. Okay, that seems to work. Okie dokie. And this is overclocked. This is to 200. Is this one overclocked? Okay, that's all good. So this is almost good, except we are not outputting our alumina. And we have a merger we need to do over here. Did really not have a chainsaw any of this? Weird that this biome seems picky about what you can cut. Okay, so let's make sure we have a merger. How much do you output? 50 minutes. Okay, so you can be pulled. And then this needs to be this. Okay, fun roller coaster. And 8. And alumina solution. Okay, we did overclock this, but I don't think we need to. And in fact, I think we don't. I think we specifically don't want to, because I think this is a weird one. But this actually feels like one that you want to specifically. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, how does this work? How can this ever run at 100% efficiency? Oh, it's taking it in chunks of 12. I see. Okay. I misunderstood. It's not taking it all at once. Okay, so are you happy? You're 100%? You're 100%. We are hopefully getting rid of all silica at a reasonable silica rate. So we have the possibility of running short of sulfuric acid now. So, but one more would do it, right? Because we need 200 a minute, and we have 150 a minute. So we can just make one more, which is going to be an uphill battle because of concrete. So let's just steal the concrete now. And this is just sulfur and water. Okay. Hopefully this works. Do this. Let's build a refinery. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's make another splitter. How much do you need? 50. Let's just do the second tier ones, I guess. Maybe that's too slow. Okay. These all okay. You're going to produce sulfuric acid. You're going to be plugged into... Not there. Shucks. Into there. And then all we have to do... We're so close. But we have to fix... Oh no. Well, okay. We have a couple things we have to do. Not... this is the water that is incoming, and the water comes from there, and that's the sulfuric acid. So let's not accidentally put sulfuric acid in the water. Let's do this. And like out of concrete. We also have to fix this. Where's the door? Where's the front of this thing? Another weird place for that. Why would I have done that? Well, okay. Okay, we feel good about nothing. We need some concrete. Well, you know, airports, let's just steal it from here, I guess. Because we need Witcher. How much water do these need a minute? So only 50. So I think water's going to be okay. What are they complaining about? Water intake seems very slow. These... Okay, these also take water. These take a lot of water. 180. So that's 360 water we need just from these two. We get 120 back. So we need 240 water. That's 240 we need. Okay, I need to think through that one more time. So this is 360 water required. This is 460, 560, 500. It's 440. Is that correct? I feel like I did not do that math correctly. A total of 440. This does not look like adequate. No. Really? We need 4 of these? I don't know if I have the stuff. Let's see. I think these aren't too hard to make. Oops, 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 oops. Okay, so power for these. Somewhere. Okay, so now the problem is that those pipes are not allow sufficient throughput. So let's make sure that we have chubby pipes. We really should have a water buffer, right? Like that's a thing we should have somewhere, maybe here. Oh, you heard multiple forms. Okay, a baby buffer then. I don't remember what I was plugged into. Let's say this. And these were taking a crazy amount of water, right? It was these two that took all the water. It's not hard on water to tell if you have a full. Okay. But these weren't outputting more than 300 together. No. And these total, these are only, I mean, that shouldn't really be stressing this, but let's just be safe. Okay, what's your problem now? So you're good on water. We have too much sulfuric acid. So do we throw off our balance? What's wrong now? There's so much. Wait, did I? How's this possible? That's the sulfuric acid out. So what is your problem? Oh, is that not actually plugged in? It just sort of looks like it's plugged in? That's funny. Okay. Sure. Okay. Still seeing yellow. Not thrilled about that. I'm maxed. Are we maxed here? We're so maxed. We're not maxed. This goes into the 2 machines. Okay. Seems like we got that stuff. Seems like we got so much of that stuff. What are you short on? Okay, are we good? A lot of freaking batteries. Are all our friends doing their stuff? We actually... I mean, that's okay. But it would be great to... It's better than it was, I guess. But that means we only really have 100 batteries to go out. If this comes in... That's the sulfur friend. Right? So how much sulfur do we get? Hopefully we get enough sulfur to run that. I believe we do. I think we get a lot of sulfur. So 120 items per minute. That doesn't seem like enough. Is that actually enough? Doesn't sound like it. 50 sulfur per minute. That's not enough. Why? Not enough stacks? Are we not? Maybe we need to go upgrade that miner. Okay, but here's the real question. So there's only about... There's less than 200 batteries going out. Which is not great news. So what did we get in? It says 3 stacks. 3 stacks per minute so it would mean there's 300. Which would be enough. So I don't really understand. This says 3 stacks per minute, 24 items per minute. Like, so that's the maximum incoming and outgoing throughput this port can currently achieve based on all the drones transporting to and from this port. I see. That's the max you could possibly do. So the outgoing transfer rate, that's terrible. Are we actually hitting our numbers here? Seems like it. Seems like we're hitting 80 per minute, 80 batteries per minute. I mean, that's not the worst, I guess, because we know those 2 drones are powered, and there's actually currently only 1 other drone, so we know we're like netting a fair amount of batteries at the main airport. The thing I am worried about is this, though, because if that's only 120 a minute is not enough. That is not a sufficient amount of sulfur. We're gonna run out of sulfur as soon as this is full. So I think we have to go and see what's going on in Sulfur Land. And maybe we can upgrade that miner. It's probably a Mark II. I guess it could go to a Mark III, or maybe the conveyor belts are slow, or I don't exactly know what to blame the issue, but I think if we just left it alone, we'd be in trouble. I don't know if this is really the secret, but I was not been feeling super great the last couple weeks, and then I realized, like, oh, I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I am not taking vitamin D, and so I probably have no vitamin D in my body. Because normally that's the thing I really try to pay attention to this time of year when the sun sets at like 4:30. And particularly in the last week, I've just not gotten out in the sunshine enough the last few weeks. And so I realized that. And so I got some vitamin D gummies. I found some plant-based gummies, no gelatin. And it was just, I don't know. It feels like I'm a new person suddenly. Maybe there were other contributing factors. Almost certainly were, but really lined up with the vitamin D. I am endorsing the brand of vitamin D plant-based gummies that I found at the store. Okay, that's it. Yeah, these gummies changed my life. It was definitely the gummies, and I can't say enough good things about them. Yeah, this throughput looks bad. This is a minor Mark II. I think we need to get this upgraded to a Mark III. So, but I don't have this stuff. Yeah, let me figure out which kind it was. Let's see. Maybe I can get an endorsement deal. So, I think mine were like, I don't know. I bought them at the grocery store. Wow, I paid way more than this. Maybe this is a smaller container. I think I got robbed at the grocery store. I thought I got a good deal because they were on sale. What a bargain. I think it was these. Maybe my bottle's bigger than this. 15% off. I got so ripped off. Oh wait, the 120 gummies. I think that's what I got, and I got it for maybe like 18. So yeah, these gummies, as you know. No, these aren't the right ones, are they? These aren't the right ones because these are from lanolin. Um, it's this brand though, I want to say, but they are specifically. It's these. So it's not from lanolin. Lanolin is from, I think you could, I mean, there may be non-animal sources of lanolin, but sheep's wool. I don't know exactly where they get it for the vitamins, but I think these are from some kind of fungus, or typically, yeah, from lichen. They're not bad. I'm gonna say they're okay, but yeah, the danger, of course, is you want to eat a whole a handful. It is true. D3 is D3, but that is the trick because you want the D3. The You can fool yourself like I did in the old days. It actually, I think before this lichen process, it was really was it, I remember it being hard to find plant-based D3. It was all either animal-based, I mean, in some form animal-based, whether made of animals or made of made of lanolin, but yeah, the D3 is the secret. Don't settle for if it just says vitamin D, don't trust it. Okay, so here's the deal. There's no way I have the stuff to make this. Oh my gosh, I have the stuff to make this? I'm shocked, frankly. That never happens. Anything that is gummy, you will eat? Is that true? Is that a blanket policy? If it's a gummy, binary eats it. I I don't think it's a bad policy. I've heard worse. What I probably need to do, if I can actually find one, is run. No, that's fair. I understand. Most people. Most people are not very discriminating about their gummy situation. I get it. Okay, I'm only doing this because every time I do this, I end up falling and taking damage and maybe even have died a time or two. Let's get these fun presents because obviously we got to participate in the seasonal event. Critical. Wait, it's not true for puddings? Okay, so puddings, you are just there's some discernment when it comes to pudding, but when it comes to gummies, all bets are off. Again, not unreasonable. I yeah, I get it. Um, some I will say, plant-based gummies have no gelatin because they're not made of dead horses, but they have more like they're more it. Some would maybe even dispute that they were gummy, so they're a little bit more of like a fruit chew, but like a Swedish fish sort of. So I would say these are less like a gummy bear and more like a Swedish fish, which I believe are vegan. I think they're just straight up plant based. So I mean that texture wise, not necessarily flavor wise. Okay, so I think we're okay up in the mountains. We have not quite doubled, but close to doubled our battery throughput, which is just terrific news. Ooh, stream's super long tonight. I'm a little sleepy. Apple receipt. Oh yeah. So I don't really know what our next goal should be. Oh, I do. So now we have to get batteries. We may have a slight problem at the airport. Look how big the moon is. Is the moon always that? That's not the moon. Huh. That's the moon. I don't know if I've ever noticed that planet so illuminated. I mean, maybe it's another moon. Where the heck did that... Where did that drone just go? That was weird. There's no airport that way. Okay, so... Yeah, what's our situation? So this is promising. That's good news. That means we've got lots of batteries coming in. This is correct. We don't want any batteries there. So that means this... Okay, battery situation is feeling pretty good. The danger, the potential danger then... Well, we just need this battery relay to send batteries way out over there. So I think we want another airport, I guess. I don't think we actually have to have another airport. If I think about this and my brain works properly, I think we don't need another airport. I think we actually can use this drone airport. Yeah, okay. Or even this one. Actually, well, we wouldn't want to do that. The reuse of airports, though, the thing, I don't know, it's kind of a bummer. Trains let you very explicitly say what is allowed to, uh, what you load and unload. Um, Drones don't do that. They just take whatever's on the input and deliver it to the output. So what I was about to propose is yeah, I think the safe bet is a third airport, unfortunately. I really wish you had more control. Because what I was going to say is you, in theory, could use this same drone port to relay the items as, well, not that one. That would be bad. This one. As batteries came in to the incoming, you could just dump them into the outgoing, and then the next drone would take them away. But because you can't say which drones do what, this drone that just delivered these could potentially just take them away next time. Like it's not, it's kind of a bummer. So I think we do need another airport just to be on the safe side. 20 heavy modular frames, so many radio control units, so much aluminum casing, all the stuff that is from the aluminum place where we just were. Oh well. Okay, so radio control unit seems like we're doing okay. Heavy modular frames is a problem. I2 connectors is fine. Aluminium. So we need aluminium and we need a whole bunch of heavy modular frames, which is a major point of major issue at the time at the moment. I think we're heavily constrained on heavy modular frames, unfortunately. And I think all of that constraint is really these jerks, is the modular frame factory. Even though, didn't we build more? We're just overusing them, I guess. I mean, it comes right here. Is something else using the modular frames? I mean, we need 20 per minute. We are definitely not making 20 per minute. That's too many. Yeah, we're only making 10 per minute. And I do not think we are producing iron rod and iron plate at a rate that we could just indiscriminately double this capacity. Bummer. I mean, the iron rod situation seems not too bad. Actually, there's an easy way to know. Yeah, we're very heavily buffered on iron rod, so we got iron rod to spend. The iron plate situation, though, is not so hot. Like we're basically using it as fast as we can send it because it's 5 times. We need 15 iron plate per minute. How are we not even making 15 iron plate per minute? How's that? Oh, well, it's because we split it off. Right. So I think we're actually making 30 iron plate per minute, but the iron plate goes here and splits into 2 different. And these are probably just eating it up. It's the crystal oscillators. We have 3 crystal oscillators. How's that going? I wish, yeah, I've complained about this before, but I wish you could buffer these things in a more reasonable way. What are you short on? Oh. Really? Did we never hook up computers? I thought we hooked up computers. We did. Oh, here comes one. Okay. That all comes down to plastic, I think. Okay, so 20 modular frames is a bummer. Modular frames. Kidding me? Wrong store. Wrong store. Okay. I mean, 20 heavy modular frames is an outrage. Bummer. Oh, we have infinity screws over here somewhere. We used to. It's one to grow on. Ah, the heavy modular frames. Really cramping my style. And then even normal modular frames. Just probably don't have enough to make that many of those. Because this is a freaking reinforced plate. We had such a long stretch in this game where we had so much reinforced plate. We just had too much reinforced plate. And look at us now. There's also an embarrassment of iron rod somewhere over here. I'll just feel better if we have one of these phase 4 things like producing at a decent rate. We have two of them currently producing at an abysmal rate with just major material and part deficits, let's say. Why does it take so many modular frames? There was that other modular frame recipe that Ben liked that built them faster. Maybe we should switch to that. It's just the worst. I think I didn't take I can't remember if I took it or not. Well, this is a bad way to do things. What can we do? Can we go steal some of those frames? If we stole a lot of frames, I feel like everything else we can sort of cobble together, but the frames are just stupid screws also. But we have so many screws over here, so yeah, if we can just get the frames. Oh boy. I like this little sky carrier. I mean, I think if we can get the airport over here, we're almost good. We have a ton of, to build 10 manufacturers, which probably is going to be a nightmare to wrangle all the parts that we need with all the shortages we have. But, is this it? Where's the massive modular frame? Look at all of these modular frames. Let's take a bunch of these and stick them in the main factory. Just to buy a little time. Oh, more. I wish they stacked more. That's not doing anybody any good. Nobody wants all these screws. Oh, but I need them. Oh well, there's more at home. Dude, why do I have so much iron? Guess that'll do for now. There's so much rod there too. Okie dokie. Let's try this. Okie dokie. GameStop had a crazy deal buying Switches. I could have once again sold my Switch more than I bought it new for. But I talked myself into keeping it. I don't know, maybe I won't. Maybe I should go sell it. I almost talked myself into keeping it only because Breath of the Wild 2 will come out next year. And probably sometime before then. I bet before then somebody has a deal on a Switch OLED. So I could like get too much money for my current Switch and then... Do you have a Switch? If you don't have a Switch, at this point, there's probably enough things that you want to play that the OLED would be nice to have. If you do have a Switch, I don't know. I have want to collect dust. Yes, my current Switch, haven't really touched since getting the final thing I wanted in Animal Crossing. I haven't even, Animal Crossing, like, Nintendo is so good at making, like, ruining what should be a good game. I should have been excited for the new content coming into Animal Crossing, but, anyway. Maybe I'll revisit it over the holidays. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know what I'll play next. Maybe if Zelda actually does come out next year, now that it seems very clear that an actual Switch 2 or Switch Pro is not on the way. And Nintendo said the Switch, the current Switch, which can barely run their own games, is in the middle of its life cycle. So we're stuck with it for a while, which I guess means maybe I should sell my current Switch and get the OLED. I don't know. It's almost worth doing it just to get new Joy-Cons, because the Joy-Con drift issue is still not fixed, but at least I'd get a Joy-Con refresh. And there's no rush to do it, but the downside is I would end up with even more GameStop money. I have too much GameStop credit as it is. Yeah, it's good. It's always good to have some toys for imaginary kids. We want to keep those imaginary kids entertained. I mean, normally that is my normal electronics deprecation strategy is to give them to a kid or kids in my family. So I normally don't ever sell anything. I normally just hand it down. But the PS4 deal was just too good. It was just too good. And they're all very heavily Xbox invested, but um, let's get a bunch of aluminium. Okie dokie. So we want somewhere is a factory. Is it this? This doesn't seem buffered. Oh, it is so buffered. That's great news. Let's get way too much of this. How does that sound? 1200. And then this does not. Okay, this is also buffered. That doesn't make any. Wait. Oh, I did that on purpose. Clever. Should have done that more often. Okay, so. Yeah, sure. Okay, so. What's wrong with this one? Okay. I just won't ask. Generally, production over here seems okay. The drones coming out of here seems okay. Trains coming out of here seem okay. All that stuff seems like it's doing. Oh, right. I just remembered something. I was getting confused about where all of our heavy frame production is going. We're sending much of it by train into the valley. So that is where. Yeah, you need like a personal board game shopper. And when you send them out, try to see if they can find an old school version of Sorry, the best board game. Also, I think I may have just realized something ridiculous. The parts that I need for a new airport might actually just be floating in a suitcase in the sky. Because it's possible that I destroyed an old airport. Like, all parts to make a brand new airport might just be in this suitcase, which would be pretty funny and frustrating. Okay, it's only concrete. Okay, nothing too upsetting here, except for a bunch more miners. That must have been the drone. Okay, we definitely need more steel. I don't really want all these miners in my pocket, because we usually just make miners on demand because it's not a big deal. So there's no real reason to carry so many. So let's go throw some in the recycle bin, or not in the recycle bin, but just in our little equipment chest. Maybe we keep 2. So I definitely want more. I want a lot more steel. Nice. Sorry, it's a pretty good game. Is that true? But is that really true that Sorry, is there lineage between Parcheesi and Sorry? Because now that you say that, my grandmother also had a Parcheesi board, but I don't remember us ever playing it. I remember us playing only Sorry. Okay, but Sorry moves quick. You're like sliding around, killing everybody. Sorry cooks. Sorry. What a smug game. Smugness is just built into the rules. Sorry. Okay, I don't feel good about not having more concrete. Should there be a giant thingam encased concrete? Yes. Okay, I think we're ready to build our drone port. Oh, like homebrew Parcheesi rules, house rules. I do. I will say something. I don't. I'm sure we played Parcheesi when I was a kid. I don't really remember much about it, but it's a great name. Parcheesi, really good name, strong name. But sorry might be better. Just like from a pure branding standpoint. Just okay. I kind of think we started the Sky Manufacture Hub. Yes, it's there in the sky. So this is the thing that is outrageous. Supposedly, we're supposed to be this is true. House rules can be a very transformative experience. I I always forget what this thing is. I just can't remember how many factories we decided we needed. Was it 10? That seems like too many. Yeah, 10 manufacturers. This seems impossible. Doesn't seem possible. It's kind of too many, if you ask me. Okay, so we need to try to build 10 manufacturers. Do we try to do 5 back to back, knowing that we have to do 3-way splits? I guess we do. I guess that's the way to do it. So out of iron plate. Good thing I have a giant iron plate factory right here. Otherwise, I might have been upset. Really not much iron plate. There we go. Okay. So back-to-back manufacturers. Oh, we didn't even think about that. We're just thinking about the drone port. I momentarily forgot what I was doing and forgot that we probably don't have anywhere close to the right parts to build 10 manufacturers, right? It's more freaking heavy. Ugh! We need 120 modular frames. We need 500 plastic, and that is actually a major problem. We have serious plastic issues now. Okay. Well, shucks. Let's at least start getting let's get our drone port built and try to figure out where all our parts are. So the rods are all in here. The versatile frameworks are here. Versatile. No, the rods are here. Are those the versatile frameworks? Did I not even... Did I look at a thing and not process what I was looking at? Yep. So let's put the airport... It'd be kind of nice to not have to move it up in the air also. So I sort of want to just stick the airport. Maybe this other way. Had a call today. I'm going to take like client job for a while in January. So actually kind of dreading it because, you know, ideally I just never have any jobs, but I do occasionally need money to be alive because it is expensive to be a living being, but it actually seems like it could be a cool project. It's kind of experimental R&D-ish, at least for this first phase, so I think it will be okay. Okay, what did we decide though? Wait, hold on. We need to build 2 drone ports, right? Did we decide we need 2 drone ports? Okay, we're gonna have major problems with the manufacturers. That's rough. The heavy frames are just such a kick in the pants. Um, okay, I think we're not as ready as I thought we were, unfortunately. We can at least build the drone port. I wish there was a way to like have the yeah. There's it's just a bummer. I feel like the drones it should be smarter. We should be able to say what specific drone, like what items drones will allow. So you need fewer airports. What is this factory called? This is the generator factory. Let's call it. Or battery relay delivery? I don't know. Okay, the generator factory delivery. We connected to nothing at the moment. Gotta think about that a little bit. Wish there was a way. I just don't think you can. I don't think there's any smarts you can add to. Sure don't like it when that happens. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is a terrible. We're in a terrible situation. So we have a nice poison drone port. That's good. No problems there. I shouldn't have just put that where we put it. But we need 10 manufacturers, and they're so expensive. We also need I think we need another airport. I think we actually are. I think I decided that, and then decide like didn't want to didn't want to acknowledge acknowledge it as a decision I had made. I didn't want it to be true, so I just blocked it out. But this is the idea. So batteries come in here. We know that. It's just a question of do we have to have another freaking airport? It would be so nice if we didn't. If we could just relay them from the battery delivery airport, then that would be great. It just feels like we're going to accidentally be taking batteries back and forth. Like that drone is just going to fly batteries back and forth, which is maybe it doesn't actually hurt anything. Maybe it doesn't actually hurt anything. All these manufacturers hurt my feelings, though, because we are so plastic constrained. Oh, excuse me. The problem with the single airport thing is that it's going to be. I really feel like there's a danger of ending up in some really stupid thing. The you think it's okay? Sorry, you think it's okay for the drone that delivers the batteries to sometimes take them back? I think it could be okay, but I would have to make sure it was okay on the far end. We'd have to unload that because if that delivery container got full, I think it would stop the drone from flying. But the safe answer is just to build another airport. It just feels dumb. So just use trains for everything. One, like if we had one super train. Yeah, I think you're maybe right, but there's a potential synchronization problem, I think, because I think it's possible for one drone to visit and like the amount of time it takes these two drones, because there would be oh, let me think about it for a second. Yeah, it is true. But the sync problem is an issue, but with drones specifically, you can get in a case where if a drone can't load or unload specifically, they will just stop. They will no longer fly, and then it totally breaks down um, the rest of the system. And if that particular drone, the battery drone, which is sort of the most critical drone, if that one got backed up, then the kind of entire drone system would collapse. But there's probably a way around it. I don't know. I feel like every time I've tried to be clever with drones so far has led to disaster. Um, Motors we can do. The heavy modular frames, that's a bummer. And the cable is fine. Like motor and cable's no problem. Um, the plastic is kind of a problem, and it's going to be so annoying that it may be worth me going across the world just to get some plastic. Because we have giant buckets of plastic in the far oil fields just sitting there. Um, oh, that's not a bad point. Yeah, worst case, I could sink batteries. That is true. Well, we have a little time to think about it because it's going to take me a while to get the manufacturers all up and running. This seems crazy, but it really seems like the fastest way to get. So I've like our overall constraint in the game right now feels like heavy modular frames. In fact, I should have filled my pockets with more modular frames. Okay, I have a lot. I think I just need to hand seed it right now while we're so painfully constrained. Send a truck. The truck to the plastic place, I don't think would be possible. Maybe it would be possible. Maybe I could build some roads, but currently where there's plastic is like out on one of these islands. But maybe you can build bridges. I don't know if it. I guess you could. I don't know. I would have no confidence in the truck AI getting back with what I've seen of the truck's ability to drive. It would just drive the truck into the ocean. Okay, so this drone could relay, right? We would just, in addition to unloading batteries and feeding everybody batteries, we would just load them back in. It could be okay. Okay, well, we can think about it while we go across the entire world to get some plastic. And also, you can't send a truck. You have to drive a truck. Um, Unfortunately. How are we out of, are we out of modular engines? Interesting. Okay. How did we run out of modular engines? I don't even know where those come from. Modular engines, huh? That's you. That's you. That's you. That's you. That's you. So these are the modular engine factories. Oh, I guess they're just really slow. So we must have had a buffer built up and we're really slow. Or we're barely, our motors are super constrained now. I don't know how motors got so constrained. I guess because I've just been building on and on and on the same infrastructure. Yeah. Okay, so that sucks. It would appear that motors are super constrained. At the moment. I mean, we only have a motor factory. But we don't have many stators. Yeah, there's just so much stuff we need to rebuild, I think. Sadly. So that one goes there. What's the situation here? So motors also go up here. So we may be heavily... You all out of motors? Oh, you have some, but not a big buffer. I think I want to steal them. Because I don't want to hand make all those. You can have these. Okay. We need a few more motors. We need a lot of plastic. Cables over here. It's just so, I don't know. I mean, you know, obviously that's the way these things work, but it just is surprising to me. There was a time we had heavy modular frames were backed up halfway across the map because we just weren't using them. And there was a time where we had basically infinity plastic. And now, look at us now. Oh, how we have fallen. How do I have 481? Oh. So let's... let's do what? We are producing heavy modular frames, at least. Very slowly. But, I mean, we're fully buffered here with these. Because I seeded them by hand. But these are still very, 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 very slow to produce. So I probably just need to bite the bullet. And make 100? 100 by hand? What a pain. I mean, the other option is that we just unplug this and just let these machines run for a while, but... How are we screw constrained? Really? Done with these freaking screws. I think they do, yeah, I would agree. I think they do a good job of that. Or, and kind of a good job of making it feel kind of desperate. Like it's like, oh, I got, yeah, it's not, it's kind of believable. It doesn't hold up to an intense amount of scrutiny, but broadly it's like, yeah, I get it. It's it's hard to make this stuff. Excuse me. Okay, I'm just going to unplug this and let this run for a while. We're not going to get to 100, but at least we'll get some. And in the meanwhile, oh wait, there's a chance. It's very slim, but there is a chance that I happen to have some plastic in a bucket over here. I don't think I do, but I might. Drop off this worm and this thing. No. Okay. So let's just go across the world, grab a bunch of plastic. I mean, really the thing to do, while we're on the other side of the world, probably, would be to build some refineries. Because right now we're throwing away just insane amounts of this stuff, this polymer resin. We're just throwing away a ludicrous amount. So like any number of factories that we wanted to build, we could leverage. I mean, refineries. to make plastic. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Starts to dig into our motors, though. Hand making motors isn't the worst. I think I definitely, yeah, I think I do. I have some of the super high speed conveyor belts I have move just one segment of conveyor moves 720, maybe 720 items a minute. So I have some of those, at least a few of those are operating, maybe not at full capacity, but up there. Okay, do we want to try to do this? Do we want to try to make plastic remotely and then drone it in? We're really wasting some resources out there. Wish they didn't take all these motors. Motors is another one that we're just backed up for days. I think the rates seem to be very thoroughly considered. It seems like things produce at the rates and animate at the rates that they are supposed to. I mean, it's at least enough to be superficially believable. Okay, let's just make 4 refineries. While we're out there, we're gonna have to deal with motor shortages anyway. But we're just throwing that plastic, whatever that is, polymer resin, whatever it is. We're just throwing it in the trash currently, so. Binary, you can see my new mega power plant. Mega power plants, in fact. It's a dual plant now. Really, there's the third plant, but it's not as pretty. It needs a aesthetic pass. Okay. Mm-hmm. To remember where all my pipes go. It's a very remote outpost. Just hanging out in tubes, dealing with colliders, which I don't understand why really, but what are you gonna do? That was a good one. Good launch. Okay. Got some berries, nuts, whatever those are. Berry nuts. What is this actually called? Oh, I can't make the thing. Kind of weird. Recipes for the equipment shop don't show up in there? Okay, here's my beautiful, incredible mega power plant, and I just happen to know, in this case, there's a bunch of plastic. Take extra one to grow on. And then, so a thing we could do is take this plastic output, and instead of throwing it in the trash, we could build some refineries and refine it into plastic, and then I don't know what, drone it. Yeah, that was a thing they added to, like in Death Stranding, in that director's cut thing they did. They did add the ability to just launch packages to deliver them. I need that. I need a supply cannon. I mean, right? Like, I shouldn't just throw all this away. Where do I want to build? Where do I want to build the refineries? How did I even get the plastic down? Okay, it's back there. So most of the plastic, that polymer stuff, comes here. So just maybe piggyback off this. Hopefully I have some concrete with me. Let me fly. Let me fly, game. Just let me fly. Game has the most fickle jetpack of any game ever. Ever to have a jetpack. Okay, so we could maybe more like this. Well, that's not right. Don't like it when the little stuff's in my face and I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, there. Let's just start with 2 of these, maybe. I mean, 4 of these, two rows. And what do we gotta get? I think we have to need water. Residual plastic. Okie dokie. And all that needs is just polymer resin, and then we'll produce plastic. Alright, so we should get a couple splitters. Oh man, I forgot. Oh man. I forgot about this. Kind of annoying. Is this enough clearance? Probably not. Like if this is all the way in here. Okay, that works. I don't like it, but it works. Also, I put it backwards. What? What do you mean conveyor belt's too steep? What? How can that possibly be too steep? It worked here, didn't it? What? What are you talking about? Why did one work and not the other? Splitter. What is different between these two factories and these two splitters? They look identically placed. Well, I'm worried if I don't put it that close, then it's not gonna... I mean, I guess the real dumb option is just sequential splitters. Not really a ton of room for that, but I don't like it, but maybe it's just the easiest thing to do. That's dumb. This game was a little more forgiving about how much do you want? 60. These really should just be ones. I gotta stop wasting my good belts on cheap or slow materials. Okay. That gets us resin, and then we also need wooder. It doesn't really matter if these are wonky. So for now, let's do this, and then kind of cheat a little bit. How much water do you need? Oh, that's plenty. Let's make a big pipe just for slight future proofing, and then let's delete this stand and a nice floating pipe. Okay. Now, maybe if we just put it in the middle, it will be okay. Pipe, very forgiving. Conveyor belts, not so much. And I get it. Like, it's... You have to accommodate intense curves with items still being able to look good on top and so on and so forth, but still kind of annoying. So, we have a hidden merger somewhere. Must be way over there. So let's just do this for the moment. Split this. In fact, really we should use a smart splitter there so that we're only sending overflow this way. But I don't know. Seems like we're producing a lot. I'm not too worried about it. Did this go the wrong way? Did I do all of this backwards? No, that should be in. So what's wrong here? Did I make this a splitter? Okay, so very finicky, very picky, wants power. So unreasonable. Okay. the source for all this water. So, how much do these need? So these actually want 60 per minute each, so that actually is not insignificant. How much are we producing? Probably not that much, actually. Okay, so 30, so 60. So that's 240. So we do have enough, but we don't need to split it. We shouldn't split it. In fact, we should. Yeah, that really should be a smart splitter. Well, do I have smart splitter stuff? I have no plate. Lame. Got very little iron plate with me? I don't know. It's really, especially at this point in the game, it's really hard to make sure I always have the stuff. Like, whatever the stuff is, it's hard to be sure I have all of it. Okay, let's make a smart splitter. Feels like a waste to have expensive machinery under this bridge, but let's say that center is overflow and left is polymer resin. I think I've gotten all of the pocket upgrades. I think at the very beginning of the game you maybe only have 3 rows. But it's not just about capacity, it's about me remembering. It's about me remembering what I need, because sometimes it will just sometimes the material I need is like 3 items down the chain, and I just like that, for example, is like, oh, smart splitter, I need a smart splitter. Oh, I'm low on heavy plate. Oh, I'm low on iron plate. It's just easy to lose track. So we need one of these. I needed more plate. I didn't make enough plate just now. And that was stitched plate too, right? That's fancy pants stuff. So I mean reinforced iron plate. Oh, interesting. I should check in on Minecraft. I set up a Minecraft server on that machine just as a just to experiment with Docker, and then I ended up playing a not insignificant amount of Minecraft. But I haven't checked in a while. Do you play Minecraft? I do. I will say, you know, of course, there's a million things in video games all the time that are like technically fiction breaking, but are so good for quality of life that you just totally accept it. And I will say, the notion of like teleporting storage, you know, if I have a base in one place and I have a base somewhere else, and I can access my main storage, that is a like. I'm willing to lose the fiction in exchange for easy access to storage. Like, again, Death Stranding, I believe, lets you do that. Like, any time you're at kind of a base space, you could always access your central inventory. I think that's true. It's been a while since I played. Okay, we don't need that much water. We do need some electricity. Okay, hopefully. Do we need a pump? Or just ramp it up? Interesting. Should I become a Minecraft streamer? Is that the secret? Or should I just make crazy Minecraft mods? Should I give up on heat? Should I add a, a mod to Minecraft for heat? Like a heat client in Minecraft so that on Twitch viewers could I don't know what they would do. I don't even know. Okay, I believe we are now making plastic. What are we going to do with this plastic? I didn't get that far. I have no iron plate. A bad situation. That means I can't make this. Good grief. What would you, if you could use heat, like what would you do? If you were a Minecraft streamer and your audience could click on Minecraft. Now we have right click. I mean, we don't have right click. We have alt click. You know, we have modifier keys now in heat. It's not submitted yet, but code is there. Is that true? You just listen to Minecraft streamers? Is that a child's game? Those are bold words for one of the world's most popular platforms. Next thing you're going to say that Roblox is a child's game. I don't want you to end up saying something you don't mean. What did I just do? I don't even remember what my strategy was. Apparently I had some kind of strategy. Wait. What happens if you die? If you die, it's all gone? That's too much. I can't. I don't think I would emotionally recover if I spent 3 years on a Minecraft world and I died. I mean, I get it. I get the appeal, but that's brutal. What about if you die in Minecraft, you die in real life? We build some kind of execution chair. Okay, so this, I didn't actually have a plan here. Maybe I should. One, maybe I should make a big one of these if we have the equipment or the materials. And this is just where this is just like some remote plastic production plant that is eventually going to fill up. Maybe we should be droning plastic in. Just to mess with them? I mean, that is a thing I have not yet done with Heat, is like actually pick a game and build. It seems like any game that has mods, you could find a way, right, to get heat data in and do something with it. Wow. That sounds good. Okay. I came here with the express purpose of picking up a bunch of plastic, and I have done so. I will now return to the mainland. My inventory full of plastic. Every slot. Now, let's get even more plastic. It'll go away so quickly, but let's just try. That's kind of cool. Maybe I should make a weird, maybe I should just make a weird art project out of that. Anytime gives me, anybody, some generative art project that is made of only of subs and bit contributions and follows or whatever, like some massive memorial tapestry that is a, I bet people would do that. If it was a channel that was just a work of art that was created by the people participating in the channel. Interesting. I mean, I do like things like that in theory. I don't know that I've ever pulled it off exactly the way that I would want to, but in theory, the idea of a lasting memorial. Yeah, drawing is a problem. I don't know about drawing. I think but seeding it, just seeding it in some way seems not bad. Like there was that. I mean, it's hard because anything that puts something on the screen that corresponds in any way to your clicks is vulnerable to drawings of genitals. It's a vulnerability. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do about heat. Our place, is that the which was I'm thinking of the other thing that was like the pixel images, right? Or was that the what was the one and then people like started putting advertising in and stuff? Maybe that is the thing I'm thinking of. I mean, some heat-based thing. I like the idea. So this place that we're headed with heat monetization, which is basically that somebody drops a quarter in and then everybody can use it. I'm pretty into that, and I think that does invite like an idea of multiple people want to do a thing, like, and then it could remain until the next time somebody dropped a quarter in, for example. Like it wouldn't be that hard to make like a heat art channel. It is just it's very hard to do that without yeah the vulnerabilities of it's just the content moderation angle, I guess, is a tricky one. Okay, what was I even doing? We unplugged, so hopefully, even though we've probably taken off a huge portion of our production, hopefully we have some heavy modular frames in here. That's all we got the whole time. Oh well. Better than nothing, I guess. Why is my inventory so full? It's all the plastic and Christmas presents and wire. Okay. Yeah, or I mean, I did do the, yeah. There's the painting demo that just immediately smears. Um, it's not quite the same though. There was that one that was, I don't know if I ever even, what's that one? I don't know if I published the one that was like connecting the like interconnected network thing. I don't remember what it was called. Did I actually write it, or is this a dream? Am I dreaming that I wrote this? I was dreaming when I wrote this demo for Heat. I thought I like wrote it as a gift for Life is Yours, or maybe it was a gift for Kyle. Um, I think we do have a fair number more demos. I don't see it. Yeah, I mean, like even if it was Tetrisy or something where you couldn't, it wasn't like one to one where you could draw, but it was more like dropping things where interesting patterns would go, or like kicking off something generative. Just I don't know. Didn't I? I really thought we did a thing that was that like you would click and then all the clicks would appear and then they would sort of node connecting nodes would appear. But maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I should. Since in my mind I did do it, maybe I should do it to resolve the disconnect. I mean, we did this painty one, but it's very deliberately. Oh, subtractive is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I mean, the uncensoring would be subtractive. So, I mean, also, if you do it with dual clicks, you could have a self-moderating chat, I guess, where some people could be trying to wallpaper over the. Uh, actually, that gives me an idea. Hmm. I'll have to think about that a little bit. I'm gonna sit on that idea for a minute. Okay. Um, now I forgot what I was doing. 30 seconds later, no clue. No idea. We're gonna try to build manufacturers, but think I think it didn't seem promising. So we're short on frames, very short on motors. We got so much plastic, but it won't last. But I guess we just try to make some motors. Try to make some frames. I do kind of think there is some secret buildup of frames somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Oh, I see. Interesting. I don't know. I think at least the first pass on this monetization is only going to be the drop a quarter for the channel. I mean, it's just because that's the easiest way for me to manage everything, but I wouldn't be opposed to later adding people pay to do stuff. But I mean, for the draw, like the censor versus uncensor, you can, we could do that with click and shift click currently. Um, what are we trying to do? Trying to build some frames. Of course we can't. I don't need that many. But they're so expensive. They're so expensive. 75 modular frames. Okay. Well, I need motors as well. We need freaking screws. Which means we need stators, which means we need... Yeah, it's just tough. So many motors. Well, we'll just build everything I can with what's in my pocket. Yeah, I'm feeling okay about it. I do wish... You're probably right that I would have been fine to use KV, but I chickened out. That would have been easier than the DO approach, but I think it's okay. I built one of these. Why is it? What is our problem here? We also... Is it the rotors now? Or is it just slow to build these things? I've got a bunch of stators somewhere. This just isn't very fun. We're close on the heavy frames. What do we run out of screws? I think I have screws in the screw cupboard. Some of these things I don't really know why I'm carrying them. Like this battery. Only one. Now we're out of steel pipe. Okay, well, let's just put this in terms of what we actually need. So we need 13 heavy modular frames, and we need 35 motors. I hate that the UI lands on top of that. It's so stupid. What did I say? 13? Oops. Okay. So... I'm gonna sign off soon. If we could get this stuff built, I would feel better. Okay, so... Encased beams, easy. That's so many freaking screws. But that's... we have them. Hopefully. Stators is a concern. Rotors is potentially a concern. Screws. Okay, rotors. Once again, stators. We used to have so many. Back in the old days. Once upon a time, there was a stator where I used to raise a glass hood. Okay, ton of stators. That's good. There may be a pile of rotors somewhere as well. Okay, we got 100 stators. Great. And rotors? Are these rotors? No. I don't know if there were some rotors or motors in this neighborhood. One or the other or both. Look at all these computers. How are we so backed up on computers? A ton of stators there too. That's where all my stators went. How... We have so many computers, that are all going to the supercomputer factory. Is it really plastic? Are we that... We're so constrained by plastic. Bummer. Yeah, I don't have a great solution for that. Either we have to bring in like major oil pipelines in here, or we just need to uh well, let's at least get some going. Or just drone in some plastic, I guess. Okay. We need rotors. Rotors. Anybody see any rotors? There may actually not be rotors on this side of the map. They may be across the way. The real challenge with heat is caring about it. Like, cause I got it working, and then I'm just like, yeah, I want to work on something else. I'm gonna do something else now. We have so many rotors. That's great news. So it's really an encased beams. We definitely have a lot of those. It's really just screws. Ebenezer screws? No. Yeah, it does. It's just I have to come up with an experience that I care about, and I just am kind of interested in other things at the moment, but trying to keep some momentum. Okay. Should we just do the motors? Let's do it. Oh my gosh, these are so slow. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I will say, like, the idea of some crazy huge channel and whales dropping in quarters to up the timer. I mean, the experience that writes itself is the censor uncensor thing, where half the chat can desperately be trying to take the censoring away from the hot tub stream, and half the chat can be trolling the other half of the chat. So it writes itself. I should just build that because I think it is funny. It actually would be pretty funny. I mean, think about that. It would be pretty funny if the the stream's just going on, and then somebody deliberately pays bits to censor the screen, like block the screen basically, and then people have to click to unblock it, or continue to block more, or somebody could pay to clear it. I don't know. That breaks out of just heat, but wait, did we make all the motors? Okay. No. Answer is no. Okay, we can do this. We can build the manufacturers. That still does not fully solve our little problem. Was the Game Awards? Wait. Did the Game Awards happen? Was that today? When were the Game Awards? Oh, the Game Awards happened. It Takes Two won Game of the Year. What? It Takes Two won Game of the Year. I mean, I don't think it was a particularly good year for games, but... So the nominees were Resident Evil Village, Psychonauts 2, Metroid Dread, Deathloop, Ratchet and Clank. Wow. A bad year for games, I guess. Content Creator of the Year. Show me this full list. Narrative, Guardians of the Galaxy, which... I mean, it's Deathloop, Life is Strange, Psychonauts, It Takes Two, Guardians. It was just a terrible year for games. Audio, Forza Horizon 7 won. Most anticipated game, Elden Ring. I will agree with you there. Innovation and accessibility for Horizon. Art direction Deathloop. I mean, looking at the other games on here, maybe I would agree with that. It is a game drought for a number of reasons. It's true. Role-playing game, Tales of Arise, Cyberpunk 2077. I guess maybe it came out of some platforms this year. Shin Megami Tensei 5 came out, and I kind of heard nothing about it. People seem to like Scarlet Nexus, Monster Hunter Rise. Mobile game, I'm going to look at it. VR game. Resident Evil 4, a game that is that 20 years old at this point? Won the best VR game. So, great. How am I out? Oh, it's screws. We need screws. Oh yeah, what's the hotness on Twitch these days? What's the go-to? Minecraft, Fortnite, Apex. Is PUBG still a thing? Action adventure game, Metroid Dread, Resident Evil Village, Second Us 2, community support. I mean, all these nominees. So here's the thing. The best game this year, like without even any competition, was Inscription. Like not even close. And I don't see Inscription mounted. Mounted. Nominated. Kenna. Okay, the only nomination I even see of Inscription is Independent Game. Kenna Bridge of Spirits won. Over 12 minutes, Death's Door, Loop Hero. Loop Hero is very good. But Inscription is like so head and shoulders over those other games. That's absurd. Inscription is so clearly the best game of the year. There's not even any. I'm struggling to see anything else that even compares. It's the only thing in the like best category. It's also the only thing in like the great category. It's like it's the summa cum laude and everybody else had a 2.5 GPA. Like Arcane got Studio tied with. Oh, okay. I got it's Arcane and Bethesda for Deathloop. Deathloop was good. Debut indie game, Bridge of Spirits. It seemed okay. I didn't play it. I'm not like sneering at Bridge of Spirits, but it did not seem. I did not play it. Maybe it's great. Oh my God, Valheim was debut indie game. Still astonished by the squandered position of Valheim as the most popular game on Earth. And they just what happened? Oh, GTA RP. Is that as big? Is that huge now? That seemed to be trending up. I haven't really paid attention. Such a weird. Everybody role playing murderers. What a joke! What a joke! What a joke award show. I mean, all award shows are terrible and nonsense, but what? Okie dokie. So, it is our ambition to build 10 manufacturers and possibly, maybe, try to get materials up to them. It's going to be a little tricky because it looks like we're going to have some materials coming from one direction and other materials going another direction, and I don't know. I don't quite know how we're going to do that, but Also, this is still not big enough. Our manufacturer's so flippin' big. It takes two. I mean, it seemed fine. It seemed fine. Not for me. Seemed fine, but no inscription is just a. It's an out. I'm outraged. I'm not really outraged. I don't actually care, but it is pretty surprising how. I am. I am surprised, not outraged, but a bit surprised. Did I do that in the right place? It's hard to tell with that shadow. I think I did. This is a big. This is by far my biggest factory. Can't afford more iron plate, huh? I guess only. I've been stealing from those, so. Now I'm out of concrete. I mean, I could have built these tied together, but it's going to be annoying because there's going to be multiple conveyors, but lame. We're out of concrete. We're always out of concrete. Destroying my life. My life story, chapter 1, out of concrete. So let's do the thing that we do when we're out of concrete, I guess, which is steel concrete. We will probably need to put this concrete back. But for now, I just want to get this laid out. Just want to lay it out. Uh-oh. Having some flight issues. I'm gonna regret this, but let's just do it. No, I'm gonna regret this. Let's not do this. It's not the error of my ways. Let's do this instead. Okie dokie. Okay, let's build our remaining manufacturer. that. Okay. Uh-oh. No. Let's do that again. Okay. I fear I unplugged something else, but... Okay, what are we making? Magnetic field generators. And how are we making them? Unclear. With a bunch of batteries that we don't have. Oh my gosh, there's so many batteries. 5 batteries, we need 50 batteries? 50 batteries a minute? Is that true? Unheard of. That doesn't seem right. And yet it is. 50 a minute, and we're only making 80 a minute. And, you know, at some point we gotta fly our planes. So that's 2.5 blenders, so we're definitely not making enough. Oh, we overclocked our blenders. Huh. Well, okay, we gotta really look at that and figure out how to make the math work, but that means we can't turn these on because I don't even have any batteries in my pocket. How can we do this? What is a way to do this? I mean, the second drone port is a way to do this. Okay, we want to split. Let's just say they're all in the middle. Okay, we don't want to snap though, actually. And these will all go this way. So 50 a minute can be a slow one. We're all out of slow. Or not. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do this because we've got the material. It's just okay, and then we would like to get, where is it? This stuff up here to splitters that are going to do the same thing but face the other way, I guess. Just for fun symmetry's sake. Can we just do this? It's not going to be pretty, but can we? Would it let me get away with it? That was the wrong one. shoot. So all that's backwards. That's annoying. Okay, so you to here, and you to here, and you to here. How's that? Okay, that gets that stuff. And then a third tier. Once again, facing this way. This one might not. You know what? I think this doesn't work. Maybe we can do it. Oh, we can't do it. Man, what a pain in the butt. I forgot. If it was at one end or the other, we would be able to do it. But because I did it in the middle, because I thought it looked nicer, we cannot. So let's delete everything, every single thing. Number one Satisfactory streamer. Wait, but I'm not streaming in Satisfactory, right? Aren't I streaming? Didn't you force me to stream in other or something? I do like your alliteration though. I do appreciate that. Kyle, how are you? Okay, that was a lot of work for nothing, but well. So, I mean, it wasn't that much work. It's fine. I'll be okay. I will recover. So let's instead try to not do it in a terrible way and do it in a way that works. That looks terrible. So I think it's okay if we do it like this for the third tier. Is it time? Is the guy just go punch some stuff? I haven't battled anything in a while. I will. Maybe I'm going soft. Kyle, look at my bit holder. I finished it. It's so exciting. Very pleased. Oh no, a little stuck. Just tremendously thrilled at my new tiny little bit holder. Or drive holder, I guess. These little hex drives. Yeah, I know. It's gorgeous. I know. I didn't mean to stun you. But well, here we are. You're stunned. That was the third or fourth prototype. And now I'm going to be rich, obviously, with my bid holders. Okay, so let's just, before we go too far here, did I make all these face correctly? So these all need to go that way, correct. These all need to go this way. Correct. These all need to go back the other way. Okay, we're not correct. What happened? I thought we were correct. Okay, how about this? Feels like Friday. I don't want to do anything tomorrow. I'm not emotionally prepared. Okay, 1, 2, 3. None of these required anything more than 60 per, right? 2.5, yeah. Those are all easy peasy. So what we want to do is just nice and slow. From the top, we need to connect here, middle, bottom. Look at that, beautiful octopus. Wait, what happened? Okay. The soundtrack of this game is pretty subtle and nice. Sometimes it gets kind of surprisingly Minecrafty, but every once in a while you get that little doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, like the little synth solo in there. I'm into it. Okay. One more of these. Wrong. Wrong. Okay, we are gonna say this goes in the middle. And then we gotta connect all these. Also like the hand drum part of the song. Hang drum? Hang drum? Hong? You know, that weird instrument that when you look at it looks like some ancient instrument and then it's like and sounds ancient, but then it's sort of disappointing when you learn that it was just made by some middle-aged couple in Europe. But they look so cool. And they sound cool. I mean, doesn't this look like it should be some ancient... This is some ancient device? Like this is some lost civilization created these beautiful drums? But it's not true. I mean, maybe this is ridiculous, but I was so disappointed. So the first time I ever encountered one, I think I was Madrid. I don't know, somewhere in Europe where you know there's people busking, and I saw somebody busking, and I could probably find the recording of it, and I was so like amazed at this thing because it was like such an interesting object, and it was such an interesting sound, and everything about it was so cool. And I guess I just somehow assumed, this is my assumption, that it was like a known ancient instrument that I just didn't know about. But it's not. Hung drum. It was like made in, yeah, developed in the year 2000. So not ancient. Yeah, I know. It was, I mean, and I don't know what to say. It's silly that disappointed me. Like that I couldn't just appreciate that it was still a cool object. It was still a cool object. I mean, I do appreciate it, and the like way it's played. It's cool, but you know, yeah, it was created by Felix Runer and Sabrina Scharer in Bern, Switzerland. I mean, I'm sure they're cool. They seem cool, right? But just not. This is not how I imagined the origins of the instrument. How did Felix got younger over time, but Sabina got older? How did that happen? Interesting. Okay. Is that a good song? Is this a real song or is this a trick? You know I trust you, Kyle. I don't know why. It's a little Twin Peaksy. Is it Twin Peaks? Is this the Twin Peaks theme? You like the instrument more because of the origins? I mean, it's a cool story. It's an interesting story, and if I had learned of it in a you know, if I had learned about it in a different way, I think I would have been totally into it. I think it's just I was somehow, I don't know, the vision in my head. Um, what was I about to search for? Oh, I want to know, what's it called? Surely this exists. The song just seems made for this. Have you seen the people that make them out of like out of a like out of a gas tank or like a propane tank? Yeah, tank drum, which is pretty cool. I mean, maybe that's how all of them are made, but I'd never seen people actually just do it. Oh, I love. Okay, why is he? What's with the shining? It's a cool shirt. Okay. Are they always propane tanks? So what you're saying is I should invent a musical instrument. I probably have invented some instruments. I've invented some instrument-esque things. Okay, so we have. We already set what we were making everywhere? Yes. So all of them seem to be getting those. Now we need to get those things up here. Let's just make it easy on ourselves and build one of these. And do this. And this will be our top row. Can I do it? Can we just... No, it won't look great, but I just want to... Come on. Oh, you got it. Okay. Okay, so we just need flipping batteries. Oh yeah, this chair is kind of an instrument. Or not this chair, but the chair. I meant to finish that chair this week, but, you know, other things. Sometimes things happen in life and you can't finish your chair. The frickin' batteries. What are we going to do about this? So... Binary, you think that we can just like have one more drone port. I mean, have no more drone ports and just relay the batteries through our current drone ports. As someone who has screwed up drone ports like 3 times so far, it's not that I don't trust you, it's that I don't really trust myself to do it in a way that won't cause problems. Because it took me so many tries to get drones to just work. So let's just build one more drone port. I think we have most of the stuff. It's going to be more heavy frames, but... we'll survive it. Oh, wait. I forgot. Oh my gosh. We do have an alternate heavy frame recipe. It takes a ton of steel pipe, but it's faster. And it doesn't take stupid screws. I mean, like, because most of the stuff we need for this, we have over at this end of this little desert patch. My world has so many problems already. Let's do this. I want to do that one instead. I like it more. If I was going to redo... In fact, let's think about that. Because the ratio... This takes 5 to make 1. But this takes 8 to make 3. So the top one takes 40 to make 8. And the bottom one takes 40 to make 15. So it's a much more efficient use of... We should switch to this. I mean, well, this sucks though. Well, actually, it's fine because it doesn't take 3. It only takes double this. It only takes a little more than double this. less than double this, but it's 3 times the output. So we really should switch to this. It just means we have to get concrete over there instead of screws. But that's okay. Okay, I don't think we're gonna do that today. Today we're just gonna do battery stuff, but that is that's valuable knowledge. I actually totally forgot. I'm pretty sure I said the things I just said now, like doing that math. Pretty sure I did that when we got that thing, and then just never used it. Like I think I went through the math and was like, oh, we should pick this one because, and then we're still like stuck in our bad heavy frame situation. But that would give us much better efficiency for the modular frames, which right now are such a freaking constraint. Can I pick this up while it's in the sky? Ooh, cool. In fact, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I mean, I kind of can. We have concrete right there. How much do we need, though? We need a lot, right? I mean, we really only need 44 a minute to run both of these. This might be a... I mean, no, it's no matter what way you look at it, it's better. So it would just be a matter of getting rid of these freaking screws. But this thing's probably full of screws, right? Probably have 1 trillion screws in here. There's no screws in here. So if I change this screw pipeline, I don't even know where these screws are coming from. Probably somewhere that I spent 1,000,000 hours trying to get this many screws. But look at this. There's concrete right here. I think it's impure. I think we have to do that. I do seem to remember spending a not insignificant amount of time making all those screws, like making the factory to make the screws. But I guess it's not too bad. I think it's just this right here, so it's not the worst thing. Okay, so in theory, if I were a person that wanted to, for example, mine some concrete. We also probably just have infinite concrete. Like, we're not using all this. We have a lot of concrete. It would not be hard to spin up more concrete there. So, is that the real secret? Is just stop sending screws and start sending concrete? Just split this concrete? I mean, it does actually seem like we're not like backed up on concrete. We are using the concrete. Or, I mean, because then I could just hook this conveyor belt to here, and it would be it would be a very easy thing to do. It's gonna ruin some things, but, you know, sometimes you gotta ruin stuff. Or am I so perfectly balanced at the moment that I don't have any surplus? Kind of doubt that. This isn't going to give us all the concrete we need, though. But we could build more concrete here and just add it. Okay, sorry to you. Screw factory. Wasted screw factory. Actually, we've got those screws are being used elsewhere. Those screws all provide up there with screws, so I think that's okay. Okay, so we've started sending concrete, which is probably bad. think this factory's probably not going to be into that. Okay, we're already getting concrete over here. So let's just change the thing. Is it really so easy? Incredible. Okay. Concrete is a constraint. The steel pipe comes in very, very slowly. But that just looks like a conveyor constraint, really. Just make the conveyor go faster. Okay, how does that look? That looks a bit better. Does not feel like enough concrete at all. But we don't need an insane amount. I just can't remember how much concrete you get per limestone. I think the trade-off's not very good. So we need a total of 44. We need a total of 40 concrete a minute. I don't know how much we're getting now, but it's not enough. But let's just build. Let's start with the miner Mark II just to see what we can do here. Why did it just fall out of the sky for no reason? Unclear. Okay, so we got a miner with the heart of gold. And for now, just to see what we're capable of. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. Been kind of just out of nowhere into Neil Young lately. Maybe not fully out of nowhere, but kind of out of nowhere. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. This is not a good place for this. Let's just do a bad job to start with. I've been to Hollywood. I've been to Redwood. Okay. Like the throughput here is going to be horrible. Not even the throughput, just the mining is going to be horrible because it is a low quality miner. So what do we get in terms of concrete? Probably not a lot. Only 15 per minute. And that's with 45 limestone in. So, but I kind of think we could cram 3 of these here without too much fuss. We don't have any metal plate. Lame. Should grab some while I was elsewhere. I'm gonna destroy these, I think. I'm not using them. I hope I never have to have biofuel ever again. Maybe I do, though. For my... Do we need less screws now? Can I steal some of these? I don't know what to do. I don't really want to make a million more plate. Oh well. This is gonna take too long. That's another thing. I used to have the reinforced plate. I used to just have so much. I've been to Hollywood. I've been to Redwood. I could build up. It's true. Yeah, space isn't necessarily the... If I feel like this is a good idea, it wouldn't be too hard to just build a little tower. but I'm not 100% convinced it's a good idea. I think it's not a bad idea, though. I'm fairly into it. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. How's my Neil Young impression? And to be clear, that was an impression. It wasn't just Neil Young playing in the background. Okay, we just need a little bit of plate. Just a touch. Yeah, you think I'm gonna get it's possible. You get DMCA'd. You want to be careful to not. I still am baffled by that Prince thing. The fact that YouTube flagged me and delisted the video for just having images of a Prince, like having what, 20 seconds of a Prince video without any music playing. It was muted. So it detected the video. I didn't know YouTube could do that, unless I'm totally understanding what happened. But that's what seemed like happened. I'm pretty sure it was fully muted, unless I guess the only other explanation is if I just had the volume, like below, the volume was below the threshold of hearing, but not below the threshold of YouTube. Either way, what a weird thing. Okay, I may be screwed already, because it's so picky about stuff like this. Oh, you drive me crazy. Okay. Well, worth a shot. That's not too steep. I disagree. I don't want to be so far away. I mean, I guess we could just tear this down and put it sideways or something, but whatever. Whatever. DMCA'd is a verb? Yeah, it's a bad, I mean, part of our dystopian world we live in, I guess. Almost deleted that. I thought about it for a second, and then my brain registered that a lot of things were plugged into it. Okay, so... not super pretty, but could be worse. So we're going to merge these and then merge again, I guess. Okay. Concrete, concrete, concrete. So the biggest issue here is just that we're not going to have enough power. I mean, not enough power. We're not going to have enough. Am I out of wire? I mean, cable? I don't run out of cable. We're not going to get enough material from that impure miner. What other legal act? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Habeas corpus? We don't really verb that. Second amendmented. You could start using that when you get shot. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I've been a miner for a heart of gold. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Okay, that's... what are we trying to accomplish here? This will give us 45 out, if we can manage it. But, I'm sorry, yeah, 45 total out. But this means we need 135 in, and this is impure, so we're only going to get 60 on it. Even on a, this is a Mark II? Yeah, so we could go for a Mark III. Oh no, I need a supercomputer. Supercomputers are in short supply. But maybe I can make one. Child labor acted. Keep me searching for the heart of gold. Oh, bummer. I thought I maybe had a... Now I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood. How many of these do we need? 3? Oh, okay. Don't care about this. We've been searching for... Okay, supercomputer. Maybe we can make one. Yes, we can. Possibly. Okay. Let's do one of these. That only gets us to 120. That's still not enough. So really we have to overclock this. Unless we think we're getting enough overflow from the other... I don't want to risk it. I have so many of these. Let's just... Really way more than we need. I mean, maybe we don't. You know, like 120, that means we really only need 15 more a minute. And I bet we're getting 15 a minute from the other... that other source. Possibly. Yeah. But they don't say, we got OSHA'd. Maybe they should. Okay. Feeling pretty good about this concrete situation. Looks like we're going to hit... It's going to be close. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to hit... Oh, it's going to be so close. It's going to be so close. It's too close. Man. Okay. Maybe we are a little bit under. It's very close. So we could... Another option... I don't really want to waste a... overclocker on this, but at the same time I have a lot of them. Let's just do it. Let's just concrete it up. You don't know. I don't know anyone under 30. That's not true. I have so many nieces and nephews. So many of them. Okay. So keep me searching for a heart of gold. Well, that's weird. Did it let me add the recipe? It must have let me add the... Oh. Okay, yeah, we can't do that. Well, that's weird. Ugh, I feel like the management of this list is not good because you can't get to the subtract button. So I guess I'll just clear the list. That's how we want. Heavy modular. Okay, we want a drone port. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And heavy modular frame. Original recipe. I don't know. There's something interesting to your discovery. I don't know. I don't quite know what to make of it. Okay, we need to go get a billion screws, but we just decommissioned a screw factory, so you would think that I would have a billion screws. But I want the nearby screws. I want the... We need 10 stacks of screws, which I'm not entirely sure that I have, but maybe. Oh, these are 500, so we don't need 10. We only need 4. Okay, we're good, great. Okay, now we just click this button for a while. And then I'll just like browse my phone, you know, just hang out a little bit. Maybe I'll do this thing where I'll just like lean my wrist rest here and just prop it on the edge of my mouse so I don't have to fatigue my finger by clicking. This is a good. Okay, I like the way you're spending your. Actually, you like immigrations like ICE. You could say you're iced. I don't think people say that, but I think that'd be the best use of verbing a government body. But I guess it's still not the same. It's not legislation that actually is that it actually is people, right? Did we do it? Okay, we did it. Okay, we can go build another drone port. We can relay batteries, and then we're gonna call it a day, I think. And then tomorrow we'll figure out what terrible thing I did to screw up the drones, and it'll be great. Yeah, that's true. Iced is Iced is in the swatted family. I would agree with that. Okay, so I think I'm too chicken to have a relay airport. I mean, to use the same airport. I think I want another airport. Um, let's just have it facing this airport, maybe. I forgot to pick up more concrete. After everything that I just did with concrete, I didn't pick up more. Drone airports are weirdly tolerant of hanging off the edge of things, though, but it's a bit extreme. Okay, we gotta go to the concrete store. Why didn't you get concrete before we left the house? I mean, I like the verbing of the word verb. We don't have enough concrete. We got so much of this. How do we not have enough concrete? Am I really not producing enough? Didn't we just overclock that way overboard? Shouldn't we have an embarrassment of concrete? $180 a minute. We only need 135 a minute. Oh, right. So there's no point in overclocking that because we can't even consume it. 45.90, 135. So this... Wait. What? How are we not fully backed up on concrete? I guess we're slowly filling in. I see. Okay, but these seem happy. The verbid. Verbid. Let's steal some concrete from here. Sorry. Sorry. But it looked like we were getting a surplus, so that's good. Okay. Airport in the sky. Butterfly in the sky. I can fly twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow. Friends to know. Places to go. I think those are the words. A reading rainbow. Okay, that looks a bit silly, but here's the strategy. Possibly. Possibly this is the strategy. So we need a couple of splitters, I think. I think we need a splitter to load and a splitter to fuel. And I think that's all. And then we just, the rest of any surplus just goes into powering this drone. Let's think about this. So we want half of everything to come in to get relayed. I really wish there were better tools for this kind of stuff. Like transportation logistics, or however you want to put it. Just... Okay, you're just sharing power. That failed suspiciously quickly. Oh, because this doesn't have power. Right. The ratioed is is good. Yeah, that is a good one. Did that make it into Webster's? Okay, so we're gonna try to do outgoing here, and we'll get fuel there. So this will be the delivery to the generator factory. No, this will be the... Wait, what's the other thing called? This is generator factory supply. And it's going to go to generator factory delivery. And generator factory delivery doesn't really do anything, but we'll say it comes back here. Yeah, I really wish you had more control over what goes on the drones. Maybe they'll get better. I think drones are... Oh, do they have a monitoring list, a list of nominees, or a